There are a lot of misleading reports coming out about Amazon and what they're doing with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum moving forward. So many people trying to tell you this or that and point it this direction, then that direction. The price of Bitcoin is taking some big swings up and down because of all of this. It is time to set the record straight, get down to the bottom of exactly what's happening. Is the media trying to convince us of things that are not true? I have a ton of information to release here. You may have seen my tweet earlier tonight where I talked about that and said we have a number of bombshells to talk about on the show tonight. Those are coming soon. Also, it is time to talk about Tesla and what they have been doing with Bitcoin. Another major player in the company space, which is kind of a silly way to describe Tesla, but they have a market cap right now of over $650 billion, making them one of the 20 top companies in the entire world. So a massive company Tesla is, and they currently own $1.3 billion in Bitcoin. And you may be saying, Matt, didn't they put 1.5 billion in? Have they lost 200 billion or 200 million, on their cryptocurrency investment already? Has it gone down that much? No, it has not, because if you do remember, Elon Musk said Tesla did a test when it comes to their Bitcoin sale, and so they took 10% out of their Bitcoin holdings and converted it into cash just to kind of prove that it does work, which does seem like too high of a number. Let's be honest, they shouldn't have taken out that much. It does seem kind of like a stretch. They were taking some profits to some degree, in my opinion. Nonetheless, though, at least Elon believed, and Tesla, I guess, used as the excuse they were trying to take a test out. They could have done a smaller test. Nonetheless, still though, I guess technically, because it's only 10%, you can still qualify as a test. And we do know so many big things are coming with that in the future when it comes to Dogecoin and Tesla, and that is the area where I'm really excited about. Bitcoin, though, is another area we should be looking at because it's important for crypto altogether. Welcome, everyone, coming into the live. I just got back from my girlfriend's uncle's house, and we had a lot of fun out there in the woods. He has 4 dogs, which is a heck of a lot. And so playing with them, going out in the woods and doing things, going out and fishing in the pond, all that is a heck of a lot of fun. But it's time to get back to some of this important stuff here. Tesla reported a $23 million impairment on their Bitcoin holdings. Basically, that's just a complex way to say they lost $23 million on their Bitcoin holdings. Or did they? That's what a lot of the articles are reporting, failing to go further into detail. And you'll notice a theme on the show tonight is if you just read the headlines of these articles, or even if you actually read the actual content, still, these articles are so misleading so often, which is why you come to Final Stand, where you actually break down exactly what's happening here. And I'll go through all the stats and numbers, because I pay attention to this all day long, every single day. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. I'm constantly looking at numbers and looking at the news stories around this, so I can actually break this down. If you're new to the channel, come join it. What the heck are you waiting for? Come subscribe to Final Stand with the notifications on for real-time updates. But basically, what this means is, at the bottom, it was worth approximately 23 million lower than what they put in, but that's only because that was the lowest it was recorded. What this is this is referred to as an inventory asset, which basically just means that whatever is the lowest it is at during that quarter. So Quarter 1, the first 3 months, Quarter 2, the second 3 months of the year. In Q2, the lowest it was $23 million below the original amount of $1.5 billion they invested, and that does not include yet the actual 10% sell that they made. So because of that, they have to record this loss on their books, but technically they can offset it in another place, and technically they're also still up right now on their Bitcoin holdings, especially after some of this big run news that we have been talking about right now. Elon Musk also did a earnings call for Tesla. He's stated during that he may not want to do future earnings calls. If you want to go down there and press like, you're welcome to do that as well. I noticed we have a lot of people coming in who are like, give me the information, Matt. I don't want to take the time to press like, and that's perfectly fine. There's no need to, but if you want to, you are welcome to do so, and it will make more people see the show. So if you want more people to see the show, you can press it. If you don't want more people to see the show, then you don't have to press it. It's definitely up to you. But Elon Musk snipes at Apple twice on Tesla earnings call. Basically, he roasted Apple. He came in swinging. He said, I think we do want to emphasize that our goal is to support the advent of sustainable energy, after being asked a question in regards to if Tesla would share their network of superchargers with other electric vehicles out there. And of course, Elon Musk is going to be very open to that. He actually does care about moving things forward. It's not all about profits all the time for Elon. So I think he's going to be very inclined to do that, especially if there's some kind of payment system set up, because it would also make sense for the company who does that to share some of the burden of the cost of setting those up, because it wouldn't really be fair if Tesla did all the work and every other one could actually just get all of the benefits from it. So of course, Elon's going to be open to making deals on that. He's not going to be trying to push them out. And he even went so far as to say, It's not to create a walled garden and use that to bludgeon other competitors, which is used by some companies. Then he did Apple. So he actually coughed and said Apple during this call, roasting Apple when they deserve to be roasted. Keep in mind, we want Apple to accept Dogecoin and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. We want Amazon to do that, but they're going to because it makes financial sense. We don't have to actually pander to them. When they do things that we don't like, and they do a lot of things we don't like, we will roast them for it. We don't need to try to do this or do that. They're going to do what is financially in their best interest. And it is in their best interest to accept cryptocurrency. And that's when we start to get into the big story of the day, which is that we now have a top executive at Amazon who is saying, do not listen to the reports. At least that's what the media is telling you to think. Do not listen to the reports. They're not going to accept Bitcoin. It's not going to happen. This article coming out, and I'll get some more details on this. Don't tune off the video right now. Amazon, no, we have no plans to accept Bitcoin. Then this one, take a look at it. Amazon denies report of accepting Bitcoin as payment. And so if you were to read those articles, if you were to read the headlines, you would immediately think, okay, well, this was all just baloney. There's nothing to it. Amazon never considered accepting Bitcoin in the first place. There has been an impact on the price of all cryptocurrency going down a decent amount after these articles have started coming out. But there's actually so much more to it, and it's so frustrating to see because the media, so many of them will continue to run with these similar headlines. A lot of them will literally just copy and paste one article over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And if that one article is wrong, then every single other article who talks about it is going to be wrong too, because none of these people have any interest in doing research. All they do is they press a couple buttons and then they make money from ads. That's it. We actually do the research here on this show. We will go through and find every single stat, every single detail. That's why this is the place to be. If you're going anywhere else for your information on this, they're probably going to be misleading you or not actually doing the full research behind it first. Now, it's time to dive into some of the stuff, and I actually pulled out my entire notepad here to go into all of the details because we cannot miss a single one. We got to get to every single detail here, all of them, and that includes even the small ones. Take a look at this. So, this is the actual quote. Not what the media says is the quote, not what you're being told you're supposed to believe. This is what they actually said from Amazon. Notwithstanding our interest in the space, the speculation that has ensued around our specific plans for cryptocurrencies is not true. That's the main big statement. The speculation is not true, notwithstanding our interest in the space. So no, they didn't come out and say they're not going to accept Bitcoin. In fact, this is typical corporate jargon. You should not, under any circumstances, look at this and say, okay, well, we can conclude from that they're definitely not accepting Bitcoin. In fact, on the contrary, not only in the very beginning of that did they say notwithstanding our interest. So they have interest in the space. What other interest could you possibly have besides accepting it? What are they going to do? Set up billboards across the country that have Amazon and cryptocurrency on it? Have Jeff Bezos dive into a giant pool of Dogecoins? Jeff Bezos isn't even the CEO anymore. I don't know. Obviously, they have interest in doing it. They also opened up a position where they're hiring someone for cryptocurrency. What I am hearing is that Dogecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin are the three they're primarily looking at because of their social standing. And some people argue, well, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they don't like each other. So, of course, Amazon's not going to be accepting Dogecoin too. But that is so, that is so something that we have to debunk because first of all, Jeff Bezos, like I said, isn't the CEO. It's Andy Jassy now, who's the CEO of Amazon. And on top of that, this is what makes financial sense. Because it's one of the most popular cryptos, popularity is really all that matters here in this space because you want to increase your sales. Also, they can just simply convert that dollar. They can directly convert the crypto. Tesla actually kept their Bitcoin. When people bought cars with it using Bitcoin, they kept it. Now, other companies don't have to do that, especially not at first. A lot of these companies are just going to say, okay, well, I'll convert it directly into US dollars after you use your cryptocurrency payments. And that would be still massively beneficial for cryptocurrency because it'll mean two things. The first one is you can actually have those tax breaks that you want from using it to buy goods and services, while on top of the fact that the companies will be getting more service. But here is what I believe they're referring to with this. And there's another line as well. We remain focused on what this could look like for our customers shopping at Amazon. That's the other line. Almost every single article, and I went through dozens of them, a ton of articles, almost every single one left out that second line, that we remain focused on exploring what this could look like for customers shopping on Amazon. Of course they're going to do it. It's only a matter of time. This is a publicly traded company. They don't really have much of a choice. It makes financial sense to do it. Therefore, they have an obligation to their shareholders, the people who are currently running things at Amazon, to make it happen. None of the other drama really matters here. That's why we don't have to pander to them. They have to do it. At some point, they will. And it's going to make so much financial sense in a very short period of time with all the solutions that are coming with crypto, with all the exchanges. They're going to be making partnerships and deals with some of these big companies because it's in their best financial interest. People are going to do what makes them money, and people can make a heck of a lot of money through cryptocurrency, especially right now. The biggest loser in all of this is going to be the banks and current financial systems. Everyone else is going to be a pretty big winner in this. So as long as you are not a bank, then you don't have to worry and you can continue to be optimistic. This right here, it feels good to actually get all of this out, because normally, when I see articles like this coming out, I don't have a show to come on and talk about them. Before I had the show, I just had to deal with it. Like, who was I going to tell? Hey, mom, just so you know, all the media's lying. Just so you know, mom. Hey, my friend. Who am I supposed to tell? It feels good to have the show and be able to come on and actually set things straight and get to the bottom of what's really happening here. But here's what I believe is in reference when they did say this. It is not around our specific plans. Our specific plans for cryptocurrencies is not true. Remember, what did the insiders say about this? Ethereum, Cardano, and Bitcoin Cash, as well as Bitcoin, are going to be the ones they're looking at primarily. And what I'm hearing is that it's going to be Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Dogecoin as the three primary ones. So I think that could be the specific point of contention where the person at Amazon is saying, no, that's not our specific plans. I think it's more detailed than that, and really we're most likely going to see more than just those three. It will most likely be more. But at the very least, those are the three that are primarily focused on. And another thing to keep in mind, we don't know 100%. Amazon doesn't even know 100% how this is going to work or when they're going to do it. Technically, a big bad news story could come out and cancel everything. So none of this is 100%. But you can take it to the bank that they do have the intention of making this happen. Will it actually happen? Will they be able to do it? How long will it take? All those are question marks. That's why I'm going to do my best to keep you updated on that and what's happening in the area. But here we go. That's all the information that you need to know right there in regards to that. Then also they did talk about how more details, specific details from the Amazon insider that had the previous story. This then becomes a multi-level infrastructure where you can pay for goods and services or earn tokens in a loyalty scheme. There's little more to it for now, but you can guarantee that the Bitcoin plan will be monitored closely as opportunities with Amazon's own version of a crypto will be explored. So there's more specific details. I also think the Amazon, another thing that I can tell you right now, Amazon doing their own crypto is one of the least known things of this. There's not a high chance, in my opinion, they're actually going to try to do their own crypto. I think that could be the other point of contention where the specific words were not that they're not going to accept Bitcoin or that they're not working on it, because they are. They've been working on it since 2019. That's the truth. They have been. So it's not that, it's just the specific plans. So why does the media not cover the truth here? The cryptocurrency should not have gone down massively today, and didn't go down that crazy much. It went down around the same amount that it went up from this news, just in the opposite direction. So we haven't seen anything too crazy from that. But there we go. Now you have the actual stats and information and facts around this, which is something that you should have had to begin with if the media was actually doing their job and coming and doing these hard-hitting articles where they spend the time and do the research. But sadly, they refuse to do that. Maybe they're too lazy writing articles about nonsense. Perhaps that's the case. But here we can actually get to the bottom of it. And thank you as well for all of the positive comments right there. I do appreciate all of the support and love. It's awesome to see. DJ Ricochet said, "Hello, Matt. Thank you for the information. Of course, you are welcome. Dogecoin to the moon, CSC. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of other coins being talked about in there, which is interesting to see. Also, take a look at this. Amazon's creating company towns across the United States. I just thought that was kind of interesting. I would throw it in here real quick. Remember, Amazon no longer has Jeff Bezos as a CEO. So even though there's a number of things we don't like about Jeff Bezos, a lot of us don't. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have the same exact feelings, or we should have the same exact feelings about Amazon specifically. There's a lot of big things going on there. But here's kind of what's happened with the cryptocurrency market after all of this media misleading has happened. This one right here, Bitcoin, down 3.9%. Ethereum has been one of the biggest fallers, going down 6%. And that definitely hurts a lot of our pocketbooks there. Binance Coin going down 6.13%. Tether, oh my gosh, down 0.00%. Wow, what an incredible day for Tether. Doing one of the best performers of the top there. Cardano as well, gone down 8%. Because Cardano is actually mentioned specifically in there, some people are smart and realizing the same thing. that everyone should be realizing, which is that is one of the specific points of contention that this Amazon executive came out and was talking about. So that's why Cardano has fallen more. XRP down 6%. Dogecoin has also fallen a decent amount, down below 20 cents again. But also Dogecoin has still been performing one of the best this week altogether, going up 21%. So not too bad of a week at all for Dogecoin altogether. But some of those big gains that it did see have been cut back by this recent news that has been going around and misleading a lot of people. But anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what the heck are you doing? If you want to go down there and do that, definitely take a sec. It is worthwhile. I'm Matt Wass. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.